I did it. I turned on the recording.
She officially pushed the record button.
Yes, I did. So, hi.
Hello.
How's everybody doing today? I'm Kathy,
I'm Chris.
and we're yarning around today.
Lots of yarning around.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. So, what's been going on with you, Chris?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like there was something that I had going on.
Yeah, you had something.
Just, I mean, life in general, I
Life
guess.
in general?
But well, I guess if it's important, I'll remember it later.
I guess you will, most likely.
But other than normal, just working and
Uh-huh.
knitting and weaving and spinning and
Just doing all that good stuff.
reading.
What are you reading?
I'm reading this book. I don't mean to make things political. I am a very political person, but I don't mean
I
to
am
make
too.
this
But we're not making
political.
this political. But
But
anyway, what are you reading?
I'm reading a book called Lies My Teacher Told Me.
Oh, I've heard about that book.
Yeah, it's kind of about the whitewashing of American history and how people kind of get it wrong when we're teaching,
Right.
especially in high school.
Yes.
It's kind of about how we just present facts and we don't inspire students to think about history in a critical manner
Right.
so that they come to their own conclusions. We
Right.
just teach them that this is the way it is, that's the way it was, and there you go.
Right, and so it's just a bunch of dates and
Exactly.
names and dates and that sort of thing.
Exactly.
Without giving you all of the background of what was actually going on.
Yeah, or
So
context.
that's why people
yeah.
hate history. You know?
Exactly. It's not a.
Because it's not fun, but I love history because
Me too.
you can do all kinds of things. Like I like to think about how the people were,
Yeah,
what they
you-
did, what they thought about. Were they like me? How did they figure out how to spin? How did they figure out how to knit?
Yeah. It really needs to be presented in a living manner.
Right, exactly.
Like we're making history right now.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe not us
we are groundbreaking
specifically, but
history making.
in general. So that's
No, we are, and you can sort of see that now because
Yeah.
this has been so crazy.
a lot of
but-
things. A lot of things are happening.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. So that's good.
Yeah.
So I never read that book.
I'll let you borrow it if you'd like.
I'd love to. I'm listening. Hold on. I don't mean to just leave the thing there, but I've got to get my phone
Okay.
because I'm listening to audiobooks so that way I can knit and do other things
Sure.
at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I have a book that I'm listening to, and I want to make sure I get the title correct because it's an excellent book, and it's called We Are Not Ourselves by Matthew Thomas. And it's actually a book that goes through several generations in a family,
Cool.
and Irish American, pretty much is what the characters are, and it's excellent.
Nice.
It also touches on Alzheimer's disease too, which is very interesting. So anyway, so I've been staying up late at night, listening to it, falling asleep, realizing I missed out,
And then you have to go back.
rewinding
Yeah,
it,
that happens to me.
falling asleep
Yeah.
again. So
Yeah.
it's not working out that way. But when I'm doing my knitting and spinning, it works really, really well.
Good.
So
I like to listen to podcasts and stuff.
I listen to podcasts too.
when I knit and spin.
Yeah, but I like to listen on the phone. I drive a lot in my job, so
Right.
I get to listen to it. So that's good.
Yeah, that's.
And then I was sick for a little bit. I had a little infection,
Oh,
but that's over with now. So that's good. So, yay!
Yeah.
We are floating on a
yes.
on a cloud of new
It
fibers
is.
that we're going to be getting to in a little bit.
Delicious.
But let's see. I know you said you were working on the same project and you hadn't made much progress.
Not a whole lot. I'm working on the same 3 sweaters that I've already
Mm-hmm.
shown, and I'd really like to continue working on just those 3 things until
Uh-huh.
they're done because
That's a good idea.
I just looked at the forecast and things are finally
The forecast.
the weather forecast.
The weather forecast. We're going to
Things are finally turning.
going to be getting cold
Yeah.
here. Yes,
So
they are.
that's pretty
Mhm.
exciting for me.
Yeah, it is. I like it. And oh my air conditioning is broken in my house.
Oh, geez.
And oh my goodness, they're gonna come fix it tomorrow, but I have just been sweating so much.
It's-
and then I
it's
have
still-
fans on all over, but it just gets so hot at night. and
It's
I
still
go
been
so
over
outside.
90 during the day.
Yes, it has been. I can attest to that.
All the way through
It's been
September
hot.
here. Yeah. We're halfway through
Yeah.
September.
We are,
Mhm.
which is really amazing that we. Oh, and last week I lost days. I don't know if you've ever done that or not.
I did yesterday.
Okay.
Remember?
Well, yes, that's true. She was asking me where I was, or if we were going to meet, and I'm like,
That's tough.
tomorrow?
It's not the right day.
Yeah, no, I totally thought that Friday was Thursday and Saturday was Friday, and
It happens.
It was crazy. I was just totally messed up last week.
It happens.
But that's all right. However, I have been knitting, so I have something
Good.
I'm going to show you. It's not finished. The sock is pretty much where it was, but I have this sweater here that I have.
Join the sleeves.
I joined the sleeves, and now I'm doing the pattern around the front. So these are supposed to be clouds. These white things are clouds.
Right.
And then these black things are trees. So I'm just about halfway through with the tree area. And
That's
so
great.
then I tried it on. I tried it up against my grandson, and I'm like, I gotta get this finished now, so he can have at least one fall with it because he's bigger.
Getting bigger.
That's
huh?
terrible when you start knitting and then you don't knit fast enough, and they change size.
Oh, jeez.
So, but anyway, so that is my sweater,
That's going to be
and
precious.
I'm really happy with
Yeah.
it. So, anyway, so that's what I've been working on. And then you have some finished objects, right?
I do. What
see
should we
you
do
have.
first?
Let's do your finished stuff, whatever you want to do first.
Okay. Well, this was on top, so we'll just
Okay.
go with this.
Ooh.
This is some hand spun I finished very recently.
Oh, how beautiful is that? Oh,
So,
Chris, that's lovely.
Thank you. This is the Malabrigo Nube, they call it.
Oh, nice.
And the colorway is Arco Iris, which
Okay.
is the Spanish word for rainbow.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's really pretty.
Thanks.
And it's very soft, too.
Yeah, it ends up the braids are so colorful
Right.
that the
Mhm.
the finished product ends up looking completely different than the braid.
Than the braid does.
Yeah, I was surprised, pleasantly surprised.
So did you just do, you didn't chain ply this? You
No, it's just a 3-ply.
You just did a 3-ply, okay.
I don't weigh it. I probably should, but I split the braid into threes
Right. That's what I usually do.
visually, and then I fill up 3 bobbins. And
Right. And then, how much left over do you have?
This time, not a lot, but
Oh, good.
but sometimes I don't measure it correctly enough. Yeah,
I get it.
and it happens. Sometimes I'll have enough left on one bobbin where I do like just a little miniature skein of like what is it where you ply off of your hand?
Oh, that way that you do that. I don't know. Jeannie does that.
Yeah,
All of the time.
Andean.
That's
yeah.
it. Andean plying.
Right.
Because they walk around and do that
Yeah.
with the kid on their back.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll have enough to do that, but
Oh, okay.
sometimes I won't. This
Well,
time I
that's
didn't.
really nice, though. That's
Yeah.
very pretty. I love it.
Not sure what I'll do with it yet.
You could make me a cowl.
Okay.
Okay. Since I seldom make for myself. No, I'm just teasing you. You make whatever you want to out of that.
I think it's gonna go in some weaving.
Into some weaving.
Yeah.
Nice. That'll be good. Yeah, because you've got your loom all set up.
I
Nice big
do.
loom.
Everything is going.
Good.
Having a blast.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see that there's some
There is.
weaving that he brought today.
So we'll
A
see
beautiful
if we
scarf.
Can...
Oh, how lovely is that? Oh, I like it.
So this is kind of like my luxury scarf.
Ooh, it's so soft.
The weft is silver. I think you can see that on the screen
Yes.
there.
Uh-huh.
And it is dream in color,
Okay.
Jilly with cashmere.
Ooh, nice.
And the warp is Jagger spun and it has a little bit of silk in it. So this is my
Nice.
silk and cashmere scarf.
Silk
for
and
the,
cashmere scarf.
It
That's lovely.
It feels
He's
wonderful.
done a beautiful job. He is so good.
Thank you.
There we go. Look at that. I love that.
It's a very luscious little
Yes, it is.
treat.
And it's
I
a
think.
beautiful color.
Yeah.
Lovely colorway for you.
Um,
I love it.
I was worried about weaving with a variegated yarn, but I guess this is actually more tonal.
Yeah, it doesn't look variegated to me. It looks definitely
Yeah.
tonal. Now maybe it was variegated, but it turned out this way.
So it kind of made it kind of reminds me of zebra stripes or something, maybe a little bit. No?
Yes, it does. Now that you're holding it up like that, but maybe not zebra. I was
Something.
thinking more of like a tiger stripe.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'll take that.
An inverse tiger stripe.
I'm not an animal print kind of guy, but this is
Well, but
this
I
is not
wouldn't-
exactly
I
animal
wouldn't
print.
exactly, in the beginning, thought of it as animal print, but
Okay.
it really turned out nicely.
Yeah,
I like
thank
that.
you. I'm excited about.
So that's really good.
Yeah, I'm excited about getting
So
aware of that.
What are you weaving on your big loom?
So I have just started a bigger piece of cloth. It'll be the first time I'm using the whole width
Right.
of my loom. I've been weaving things that this was about like 10 to 12 inches wide.
Uh-huh.
So I'll be weaving at probably 23 to 24 inches
Ooh,
wide.
Nice.
And I had been gifted from Mountain Colors. They have a fingering weight yarn called Silk Dance,
Okay.
and it's merino wool and silk as well. That yarn is a lot more highly variegated,
Okay.
so I'm going to be interested to see how
See how
that
that
works.
turns
But
out.
I'm going
Yeah.
I'm going to mix it with a solid color,
Okay.
so it's not
And so is this just plain weaving then?
exactly.
Okay.
I'm gonna practice this until I get tired of it.
Okay. Hey, that sounds good.
I think there's a lot when you do plain weave,
Mm-hmm.
just like when you knit a plain garment. I think there's a lot of room to play with color,
Yes.
which is one of my favorite things
Mm-hmm.
about knitting, spinning, crocheting, fiber arts in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just having fun playing with color.
Nice.
Plain weaves,
That's good.
color.
Plain
yeah.
weaves are good.
Yeah.
Excellent. That sounds good. I am going to get my weaving set up here eventually, but I can
Okay.
barely get done with the sweaters, so
Right.
I got to hold off a little bit. So,
Well, your loom sounds to be a little more.
well,
It actually has shafts,
I
right?
have an Ashford. Yeah, I've got an Ashford table loom.
Right.
And I also have a big other loom.
Mhm.
It's giant. That's I got from somebody when they were moving, and but that one is a ways away to be working on. But at any rate, there is a table loom that I have that has 4 shafts to it.
Nice.
And so I'd like to try to do a little bit more with that. But I just got to get it set up, and I've got to keep it where the dog will not eat it.
Yes.
The dog eating my stuff
Right.
is not good,
Right.
and I've had that to deal with.
Yeah.
And that dog, I got rid of the one dog. I shouldn't say I got rid
Okay.
of. My son took the other dog to his
No, no,
house
just-
where it belongs.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I didn't go sacrifice it in the backyard. I thought about it, but I didn't.
Okay.
No. So now I just am down to the one dog who has decided to still continue eating because she's still just a puppy, and she loves
Chewing on things.
she
yeah.
loves chewing on things, and she just loves fiber. Maybe I should make her a coat, and then I could like put that on her, and she could chew that up if she wanted
Sure.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd make it out of just all plain acrylic though, probably.
It's probably not tasty to her though. She
That's
likes
probably
she
true.
likes the
She
good
likes the
stuff.
expensive
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, the next thing we wanted to talk about were classes, and that's on the other side of my paper. So I looked up there, and I saw that there's crochet classes that are starting.
Mhm.
There's a beginning crochet class that's October 20th, 27th, and November 3rd. And I don't know how much that one costs, but it's here at the store, but I didn't see what time.
I believe it's $50 or $60
Okay.
for all those sessions.
Okay.
And
For the 3 sessions, okay. There might have been another day in there that I missed. Anyway, but I don't know what time it is. so-
Generally, they're in the morning.
in the morning-ish. Okay.
11
Okay.
mid-morning, I guess.
So just call and find out and see when
Give us
that
a call,
is.
yeah, absolutely, or
Mhm.
go to the class pages on our
On
website.
our website, right.
Mhm.
And then the intermediate class for crocheting is going to start November 21st.
The next day.
October 21st,
Right.
October 28th, November 4th, and November 11th.
I think she has it. One is on a Saturday and one is
One's
the
on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the Sunday, the second date.
hmm
So, at any rate, those I thought were sort of interesting to see.
They're pretty popular classes.
And then, are we full up on that other class that's going to happen on the 28th of September?
I believe we are.
We're
Yeah,
full.
that's the
Okay.
short rows class.
The short rows class.
Uh huh.
We're full. Okay. You could see if somebody doesn't come in if you want to do that
Yeah.
class.
Give us a
I've
call.
signed up for it.
Okay.
So.
Good.
However, I saw up there today, Alicia Healthman.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to teach Turkish spindle, which is so cool, and that's going to be on the 14th of October. I will get the right month. October 14th, and that's a Sunday, from 10 to 5. Is that a Sunday? It might be a Saturday. It's my grandson's birthday.
It's
Yeah, so we're going to go to the Balloon Fiesta Park.
how fun.
But at any rate, so
See a
it's
little
from.
Scorpio.
He's a Libra.
Oh, a Libra.
Yeah, he's a little Libra, and it's also my youngest daughter's birthday on that same day.
Good.
Yeah. So anyway, from 10 to 5 on the 14th of October, and it's $90, and she's going to be teaching us about Turkish spindles and how to spin with those. And those are actually the only spindle I can actually spin on. I keep trying all these other drop spindles, and it just doesn't work.
I'm not great at any of them. so-
But the Turkish, I can at least do it without it breaking. So anyway, that's pretty cool. And then the day before that, on the 13th, she's going to be doing something called jazz knitting, which is also from 10 to 5 and is also $90. And that one is crocheting like freeform.
But it's,
No, not crocheting, knitting.
Yeah.
Knitting freeform, and I saw some samples up there of like leaves that she does.
It's like
and
they're organic
they're
shapes.
like organic
I'd call them.
shapes.
Yeah.
They're actually really pretty cool. So I might want to take that one on the 13th, since I don't have to go to a grandson's birthday party at the Balloon Fiesta Park, which I'll be happy to do. But at any rate, that's what was coming up with the classes. So I just wanted to put that out there. And now we want to talk about some new yarn. So here's the new yarn, Chris.
Yes.
Up, all in your the ball's in your court now.
Okay. I'm going to talk about this one because this is one of my favorite colors already.
That's a gorgeous color. I love
I
it.
hope that you can see how shiny this is. This
It's really
is 65% rayon and 35% linen.
Ooh.
And all of the color, all of it is shiny, obviously because of the rayon.
right.
It comes in these kind of like beautiful jewel tone colors.
It's just gorgeous. This one's called turquoise.
Turquoise, yes.
Yeah.
It's very smooth.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that would make a beautiful neck accessory.
Yes, it would. And you wouldn't need a whole lot to do it, would you?
I wouldn't think so. It's a fingering weight, and this is probably around 400 yards, right? 510 yards. That's pretty generous.
Oh, so that's not bad at all.
Yeah,
And how much does that yarn cost? Do you remember?
that's a great question.
Oh,
I'm sorry. We'll put it in the show notes.
well, try to put it in the show notes. I'm bad at show notes.
These are
but
all.
I'm working on it.
Good, thank you.
Okay.
You do all the work on that part.
Yeah, I haven't been doing it.
Okay.
So bad me. I will try to do better. Okay.
These are all from an independent
An indie dyer?
indie dyer or company, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean she dyes it too. Mary Gavin Yarns.
Oh,
The
okay.
everything I'm about to show you is from Mary Gavin
Mary
Yarns.
Gavin.
We just brought them in to the store, so that's
So
the
yeah,
first one
this
there.
is the. Let me just show them the card there.
Oh yeah.
There's the card.
So that yarn is called, not the color. The yarn is called C. SE, yeah, SE.
And that's what it looks like. I'm trying to hold it there long enough that you can see. I don't know, is it making it show?
Yeah.
It's not too blurry. Okay, there you go.
And then this next one, I think this
I
one's
love this.
my favorite.
Favorite blend?
Yes.
And this blend is what?
So here we have quail, and it's 100% raw silk.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's
raw silk.
luxurious.
Oh my goodness.
feels
Ooh, that feels really
amazing.
nice. Oh, I love it. That's really nice.
It feels
too.
amazing.
Very, very pretty. Oh, I'm so happy I get to do this
Yeah.
every so often and drool all over this yarn, but I'm not drooling, I promise.
So that's quail. That's the 100% silk.
100% silk, okay.
This one is a mixture of merino and cultivated silk.
Okay. It's a merino silk.
Right.
Okay.
And this is definitely a lighter weight, this one. Those
Nice.
first two I'd probably call fingering, and this is definitely a lace weight.
Oh yeah, this is definitely lace.
But
oh,
you get
it's
that.
so nice and soft.
Yeah,
too.
you get that softness of merino and then the sheen.
The sheen, it's
of
very,
silk.
very shiny. I don't think you're going to be able to see it that well under the lights here, but
You'll
it's got a beautiful sheen to it.
you'll have to come in.
Yes, you do.
You'll
will.
have to come in and see.
And you could make a shawl out of that. That would make
Oh,
a beautiful
definitely.
shawl. And it's very nuanced. It's very tonal, which is really nice.
And this is, I'm not sure how she would want that pronounced. Cespa, maybe?
Okay. Sespe.
Mm. This is definitely a fingering weight. And it's a mixture of wool, bamboo, and silk.
Oh, nice.
And these are, the other yarns are all solid colors, and these ones are more of like a hand-painted, maybe, not really a gradient, variegated.
It's a variegated
Yeah,
yarn?
all of the yarns in this line,
In that line
are
are
variegated,
variegated.
and they're
Okay.
really, really fun colors. Lots of blues and
Nice.
grays.
That sounds good.
The bamboo, I think, makes this very light.
You know, there's
lovely.
some variegated yarns that are actually very, very pretty, and they don't like pool. But I
Mhm.
think it depends on what you're making with them too.
Definitely, and the gauge.
And
that you're-
even sometimes pooling looks very pretty.
sometimes.
Oh, you don't.
It
think
well,
so
it depends
very
on the
much at
it
all.
depends on the palette. I think it depends on the palette of the colors inside that one.
Yes.
If you have too many colors going on,
Yes, that I would agree with. But sometimes you get like a whole bunch of the blue, sort of like pooling like
Mhm.
this. You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
I like it.
And
yeah.
then it can be pretty enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
it can seem intentional,
Yes, it can.
even though for me
Yes,
it's
it can.
never intentional.
And you call it out every time. Chris, the caller out.
Oh,
of
my goodness.
Variegated yarn.
I like it. I like it.
No, I like variegated yarn too, but you're right. It does sometimes pool. It doesn't work all the time with every pattern, with everything that you're doing.
It just depends on what you
Yeah.
want to make with it.
It does. And sometimes it doesn't matter, and sometimes you want it to be that way.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm going to show you some fiber.
Yes.
Is that what I'm doing next? I
Yes.
think so.
Are you gonna start with this one?
I want to start with this one here.
Okay.
New fiber, yes. So this one here is Icelandic, and this is from our local New Mexico farms, and it is a joy to spin. I spun up a little bit of this, and look, there's a little bit of black in there. And this is from a sheep. I forget his name, but it's from an actual sheep that has a name.
It looks like it's prepped very well.
It's beautifully prepped. What do you think?
It's like light as air.
It's just gorgeous. I absolutely adore it. I love it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So this is really nice stuff. I think this is $4 an ounce, but it's very,
It
very
is.
nice. So, very nice. And then, y'all asked me, at least the spinners did, for me to get Dagmar to do some braids. And boy, did she.
She
I
sure
asked
did.
her and she was so happy. And she is very, very happy. And these braids are about $36 a piece, 36 and change. This one here is a Rambouillet alpaca. And the thing that I just was drawn to was the colors. Look how, actually I was drawn to all of these for the colors, but that to me is just gorgeous. So we have a nice 6-ounce braid of the alpaca. It's so soft, and the Rambouillet.
It's
So
6
that's
ounces?
really nice.
4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
I
it's all good.
misread that. I thought that was a little bit odd that it was
Yeah.
6 ounces. But then I thought, well, all right,
Generous.
I don't know. Anyway, it's a lot. There's that. There's that
It is.
one.
Should we-
And then we have this Zia wool, which the rest of these I think are all just super wash.
I think one had
This one
silk.
had silk in it. This is merino.
This is superwash merino.
This is a 80-20 merino.
That's the silk
a
one.
merino silk.
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course I can
Oh,
feel
yes,
the
you
silk
can
in
see
here.
it.
You can see it.
Yeah.
So this is hers right here, which is another beautiful shade, and I just love her colors in her wool.
Yeah, I really like the fuchsia and the kind of coral.
Yes,
in this.
isn't
It's
that
really
nice?
cool.
The coral and the fuchsia, and then you got that like grayish green, and then a little bit of white in there. I just think it's marvelous. So this is gorgeous. And then we have these are the merinos, the superwash merinos, and I just again I love this color. Look how bright that is. How it just pops. To me, I just love that green, the dark green.
Yeah.
And along with the other ones, then you've got some of this, which is maroonish, I guess. And I just think it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it.
This one's like Christmas. to
And
me.
that one is Christmassy.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. I just love it.
Which is not bad at all.
No, and it's not a bad Christmas. You know, sometimes you get those really awful Christmassy
Yeah.
ones. But this one here, the red is not too red, and the greens are not too green. And
Yes.
it has enough
I-
white in there too.
I am
to
already
counterbalance this.
super excited about Halloween.
About
and
Halloween?
Then Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And then Christmas. I'm a big
Yeah.
holiday guy.
And this is the time of the year for it.
I know.
Because, yeah, you've got Halloween. You're
Mhm.
right. Are you going to dress up and work in the store on
Well, I
Halloween?
always say I'm gonna dress up, but I
Mm.
kind of like to. It's enjoyable to me to see other people enjoying it.
Yes.
Is that strange?
That's the fun.
Yeah.
So dress up so other people can enjoy seeing you.
Okay, I guess that's
Yes,
fair.
that's what you bring joy
That's
to
fair.
others.
I just meant giving kids candy. That's
Oh, giving kids candy is a
Yeah.
lot of fun too.
Yeah.
I love that, and I have so many kids that come to my house.
Oh, really?
And then my kids come down and do it because up there in Rio Rancho where they live, not too many people are giving out candy. And
Yeah.
stuff. So they come to my place and rake it in.
Yeah, good.
So that's
Oh,
always
they know.
fun.
They know your place then.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then I always put up like a screaming bat and witches' hats
Nice.
and spider webs, and I've got some blow ups that I think I'll use too. Like I got a train with an engineer, a skeleton engineer
Ooh.
blow up. Yeah, I got some blow ups. I go a little crazy with the decorating. So that's
Good.
what I love about it.
Yeah.
Because I decorate, and then Thanksgiving, I love decorating there too. I got
Yeah.
a turkey that I put up for Thanksgiving.
Yesterday
A
there
nice
was
big
a
turkey, a blow up turkey. You
Nice.
can get them at Walmart for like $20.
Yesterday there was a very nice young lady who was just hanging out. She was crocheting
Uh-huh.
here, and she was working on a doily, and she finished it, and it was that type of crochet. I think they call it fillet,
Filet crochet.
where you can
right.
make pictures.
Yes.
And it was a round lace doily, but they were ghosts.
Oh, how cool
Yeah.
is that?
It was really cool. I think
Oh,
the pattern
wow.
is called Boo.
Okay.
We'll have to look on Ravelry.
All right, let me put that down here.
But
Boo.
Boo, yeah, it was so cute.
Filet crochet. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, you know what? I forgot about this. Did you go to the state fair?
I didn't go to the state fair. It's not. There's a
I'm
lot of.
disappointed.
I know it's a lot of people.
I'm really
I do.
disappointed in you,
I do
Chris.
like to go see the animals and the
Mhm.
demonstrations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't make it down this year.
I went on last Thursday,
Mhm.
and it wasn't too crowded because I hate to go when it's really crowded.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was not too crowded, and it was lovely, and I got to see. Well, by the time we got over to the Sheep to Shawl, it was finishing up.
Oh, okay.
But I did see Linda dyeing. She had some really cool dyes that she was doing, madder and cochineal, mixing them together. Madder and cochineal, and getting a
Cochineal.
really good red.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then she had a Brazil wood tree.
Yeah. So did you know that cochineal is a
It's a bug.
beetle? Yeah.
Yes, it's a bug. And did you know that we can harvest them ourselves?
Here?
Yes.
Are they like indigenous to New Mexico?
Yes. Do you know on the big cactus, those big cactus with the big ears, and you know how it gets a white film on it?
Uh-huh.
That white film is the cochineal bugs.
Oh,
Yes.
I did not know
So
that.
you could just go scrape those off and take them home, crunch them up, put them in your dog pot.
All right.
Yeah. So she was doing that, and of course it looked just beautiful. And they looked very hot and tired.
Yeah.
That's what happens also.
That's
by the
another
end of
thing
the
about
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
About it.
But anyway, they had looked like they had a really good time.
Good.
And then I went and I looked and I saw some things that people had submitted to the thing. I was negligent. I did not submit something, but
Yeah.
several of our spinning group did.
Good.
And I know Jeannie did, and a few other people did.
Good.
So that was really nice to go see all of that. There was a lot of machine knitting.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was really surprised. There
Huh.
was probably twice as much machine knitting as there was hand knitting. Or maybe I just missed it.
Maybe. I know absolutely nothing about it, except for when I was a kid.
Mhm.
My mom had this device,
Mhm.
and I think it was made by Brother,
Okay.
and it was called like the Incredible Sweater Machine
Yes,
or
I know
something
what
like
you're
that.
talking
I feel like
about.
it was like a what are those things, infomercial
Yes.
on
Yes,
television.
yes,
Yeah.
I remember them.
Yeah.
I could never get one. My mom wouldn't buy it.
That's my experience with it. That's all
and
I
then
know.
you just go back and forth,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Mhm.
you go back and forth. But I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with machine
No,
knitting. I was
no,
just
it's cool.
surprised that there were so many machine knitters in there.
I've seen some videos on YouTube because I was looking at something different, but
Mhm.
there's even ways that you can make socks on a flat.
Yes.
You're using
on
the
a flat.
You're using the flat machine, but you're doing a special technique where after you pass, the fabric draws up and around,
Oh.
and then you just come back and do a little.
do a little like
Stitch, yeah.
up there.
That's kind of cool.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I didn't know that. But I do know about those. Anyway, it was very interesting. It was pretty to see. There were tons of quilts. Oh, they were so gorgeous.
I love quilts.
The quilts that we have. The quilters in this state are incredible. And so we had a good time.
Good.
Yes, we did duck races too.
Nice.
And I kept like waving my hand, let me be in the duck. No, I wanted my grandson to be in the duck race.
Oh.
And he did. He got chosen and he was able to do it.
Sweet.
So his duck didn't win, but that's all right. It was still a lot of fun. He didn't win because someone else cheated. That's the way I feel about it. They threw their duck down the
Oh.
little thing. Yeah. You're not supposed to throw it. You're just supposed to put it in. But they threw their duck up the thing and they won. So, see, they got rewarded for cheating. But that's all right. Patrick didn't notice it. So he didn't care.
Okay.
And it's football season and soccer season, and so I've been busy on Saturdays going to those games and stuff to
Nice.
watch
Have
them.
fun.
Yeah, it's that season. So, Spinzilla. So I dropped the ball on Spinzilla, and so we can't be a group this year. But we are still a group because we are rogue knitters. So the Spinsters of Nob Hill are going rogue. So
Excellent.
sign up as a rogue spinner.
Going Rogue One.
Rogue One. That's what we're doing. And then we will still all spin together, and if we want to, but we'll be as a group. And then we can total up all our own individual ones, and then we can see where we would be if we had been a group.
Sounds good.
So that's what we're gonna do. I don't know. I lost like 6 days at the end of August. So I thought it was still August, and then it was like it's September, and I'm like, there's something I need to do before September. And that was it. So I'm really sorry, but we're going rogue, and I think that will be really great to do. Okay, we're still spinsters, and we're still gonna tally up our stuff.
Okay.
So the deadline for that is September 27th, and I think it's like $10 to sign up.
I think it was that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you go to the www.tnna.net, And I will double check that, and we'll actually put it in the actual show notes that I will actually do this.
It's the National Needle Arts.
Mm-hmm. It may be TNAA.
It's TNN.
It's TNNA.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, TNNA dot net or dot org. It's one of those. If it doesn't work out, do it again, and you'll get. Or just put in Spinzilla, and you will find it too.
Yeah, I'm sure you could just search Spinzilla in Google.
And it comes up, because that's
Yeah.
how I did it. So, yeah, anyway, so that's the Spinzilla, and that's going to start October 1st, and it's going to go through October 7th. Now, the good thing this year is that the Wool Festival in Taos is the first full weekend in October. So it's going to be at the end of our Spinzilla spinning.
Ah.
So you're going to have tons of time to spin on that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. At least you can get those 3 days in, doing
Uh-huh.
a little bit of spinning. And then, you know, if you go up on Thursday or Friday, whatever you spin while you're there, you can count.
Sure.
And then if you go up on Saturday, of course, anything, if you get some spinning done, that's all right. But if you only go on Saturday, you just are missing out one day that you're spinning. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why it's sort of nice that
What did I look perplexed? I'm sorry.
Yes, you did.
It's just natural.
The Taos Wool
It's just
Festival.
naturally confused
Well, I
all
say,
the time.
I say things in a confusing way.
No,
so-
that means that
no,
means
I
sense.
do. So I'm working on that. But Mercury's gone. It's not retrograde anymore.
Oh, good. It's my
So
ruling planet.
Communications are
Yeah.
good. So you just must be really good at communicating.
I don't know. Is that?
Yeah, that's
You
a
think?
big thing of Mercury is communication, of you know, being able to take ideas and put them into words,
Huh.
or
I don't think I'm.
explaining things to people about that.
I guess I don't think I'm bad at it.
Yeah, you're not bad at explaining stuff, so that's good. And maybe you like to write. Do you like to write? No.
Not
Okay.
really.
Then he didn't get Mercury that much.
I like to read.
Well, that's communication too.
Okay,
So there
good.
you go. But at any rate, that's that is what is going on in the stars. It is no longer retrograde, so that's good.
Good. It's beautiful to see.
It is.
You can still,
You
yeah.
can still see it.
We've had some clear skies
Mm-hmm.
at night, and it's very gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. So at any rate, that's that. So now we want to talk about our anniversary and demo day.
Yep, that's coming up real quick.
That's going to be October 27th. And we're going to have an anniversary party here. We're going to be doing a mini sheep to shawl here. And then we're going to be having a bunch of demos over at the church up the road.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with it, we are in Nob Hill. Just the next street east is Carlisle. And on Carlisle, there's a historic church, the Emmanuel Presbyterian Church. We have a lot of neighborhood events there. They have a lot of space. And last year, the yarn store kind of organized the whole demo day.
Oh, okay.
This year, we're letting I
That's
believe
the
it's
difference.
Espanola Fiber
Oh, fiber art?
Espanola Valley Fiber Arts Council is organizing the demo
demo.
day, but we did chip in. We rented the space for
Okay,
them.
nice.
So they're the ones that are going to be organizing that, but it's going to be it's not going to be different than last year.
No.
We'll have the all of the guilds in
Mhm.
town will
Yeah,
be here,
that'll be good.
and they'll all be exactly like it says, demonstrating their specialties.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the Spinsters of Nob Hill, we're going to be doing a mini sheep to shawl. So we're going to have some sheep
Here.
here. Yeah, here.
Okay, great.
Here at the yarn store in the parking lot. And so we're going to have some sheep here. We will demonstrate them being sheared or shorn. And then we're not going to process that one because we don't really, it would take way too long, and we really don't have the facility to wash the wool. So we will then have a fleece that's already been washed and we will card it and spin it and weave it. And the weaving that we're going to do this year is a little bit different. We're going to be making long strips, and then we're going to be sewing them together to make a big shawl.
So everyone's gonna have like a different loom.
A different loom.
Oh,
Mhm.
cool.
We're going to have a few different looms, and
Nice.
people can. I was going to bring my Ashford loom,
Okay.
and then I know we have some rigid heddle looms. Anne has some rigid heddle looms that she was going to bring, and Carla, I think, may have a loom that she's going to be bringing too.
Great.
I'm not positive. So you'll be able to come and try out. We'll show you how to weave and do all of that stuff, and you can watch as you can help out with carding too if you want to. We're going to have a drum carder, at least one drum carder, maybe two, and that's what we're going to do.
So that's about like, what is it, 7 hours or so? That
So yes, we're going to be we're going to be trying to card it.
Mhm.
After they shear it, we're going to be carding it, spinning it, weaving it. I think we're going to pre-warp the looms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to pre-warp the looms.
Okay. That's quite a task.
Because that is a big task.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want you to help us
Okay.
Yes. pre-warp the looms.
I can help with that.
Yes, you're good at that.
I can help with that.
So anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing here. And is it also the last Saturday of the month sale?
Usually that's how we try and.
How to try to do it.
Yeah.
So, if come down and just see what's going on, because that's really a lot of fun, and pick up some yarn or some wool, or
We had a blast last year. Yeah.
some of this luscious fiber. I love it. And that's the thing. I just wanted to talk a little bit about indie dyers and the cost of wools and materials and things like that.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
this Zia wool is beautiful, and it's hand done, and in a small batches.
Not to mention the lady who does it is just a really cool person.
She's great.
She's a great person.
Most of the indie dyers are.
No.
The independent
I
dyers are.
didn't mean to say they were all off.
But no, well, we have a special place in our heart.
Yeah, for DAG.
For DAG, yeah. So, at any rate, she's just wonderful. And so here is some of her stuff. So when I was talking to her about bringing it in, she said, well, I don't think it'll sell because people don't want to spend that much money because I have to sell it for a certain amount. And then there has to be a markup after that. And I was like, no, I think people will buy it. And I hope that they will. So this is $36 and change, like $36.10 or something like that. Now, that may seem like a lot, but if you go to a movie, it's less. This is less than going to a movie, and you can have a really good time for two people.
If you'd see a 3D movie, it's even more expensive.
Oh, I guess that's true.
And I like seeing the 3D
And you like
movies.
seeing the 3D movies,
Right.
So you figure if your coffee is $6 a cup, how many 6 days, 1 week of not
Yeah.
drinking coffee, you can buy this wool. So it's really not that expensive, and it gives you such an infinite pleasure touching it and spinning it and having a good time with it. So that's why we try to carry a bunch of different, priced things, because all of us have different prices, different things going on in our life and what we can and cannot afford, and I totally understand that. But this is worth saving up for. It's worth saving up for this.
It's worth. You have to, or the way that I think of it is not like buying a product, but like buying an experience.
Yes.
Because you're going to be working with this material.
Yes.
Possibly for a very long time.
Yes.
If you're someone like me.
And me.
So, the experience of having something quality to work with,
Yes.
I think
It really makes a
I think
difference.
that it's worth it. It's completely worth
Yeah,
it. And
I
then of
agree.
course at the end your finished product is the quality of the finished product is that much more as well.
Right.
And it's completely worth it.
Yes.
It's completely worth
That's
it.
just the way that I feel about it. And to me, it just is good. So that's one of the reasons that the indie dyers, there's smaller houses that are doing it, smaller people. Sometimes it's only one or two people that are working. I think Dad just does this on her own.
Yeah.
And I know several other indie dyers that pretty much do it on their own. And so it's a lot of work that they put forth, and it costs them to buy the base that they're doing it, and to get it done well. This is prepared beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
And so that costs them that, and they do it because they love it. I don't think they're making tons and tons of money at it, but they're making enough to maybe, take care of their family a little bit. So, and we don't deny anybody that ability to make enough money to take care of your family. And they're choosing to do it in this great creative way that I just really love. And so they have a lot of things on there. So that's why when you come in, you might say, see something that you absolutely love, and then you find out the price and you're like, oh my goodness, that's too much. But don't worry. Save up for it, or splurge on it a little bit, or buy a little bit at a time. You don't have to buy everything all at once. And that's what's good about it. So let's try to support our indie dyers and our Made in America little corner that we have.
And not, yes, that, but also, I think, just artists in general.
Artists in general,
Yeah.
that's true.
If you like somebody's work, the absolute best thing you can do is buy their work.
Buy
Yeah.
their work, yeah.
Because then that allows them to continue to
Exactly. I mean,
make
there
these
are
beautiful
people
things.
who do paintings, but they don't have enough for paint. So they
Exactly.
sell a painting, and then they've got money to do another one.
Yep.
So, yeah, if you like something,
And eat.
get it. Eating? What's that? But, no, but that's really what it is. I agree with you. If you see something
Yeah.
that you like, you should get it if you have the money to do it.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I'll tell you, the purchases that I have not gotten because I was like, oh, I need to be watching my pennies more, or I need to be doing this, I regret not buying those things because I think about them now, and it's like, oh, it's gone. I thought it would be here forever.
Yeah.
No, they don't stay there
Yeah.
forever.
It's true.
So anyway, but that's what I had wanted to talk a little bit about, was that.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay.
Well, thanks for bringing that up.
So anything else that you are thinking of? Anything that we've forgotten, or?
I don't think so. I think we covered it.
We covered it.
We covered the list anyways.
We covered our list and some.
Yeah.
Added in a few extra things.
You
Because
know,
we're
it
yarning
happens.
around.
Yeah.
And we get distracted.
I do, anyways.
That's why we have to have our little list of what to say.
Great.
Anyway, it's been delightful talking with
It
you
has.
and
Oh,
sharing
we should
this
tell-
time. Oh,
We,
yes.
I guess we say it every time, but
What's that? Yes, how to get in touch with us.
hit us up on Facebook. All you have to
Yep.
do is type in the Yarn Store at Nob Hill.
Uh-huh.
There should also be a link there on that Facebook page to find us on Instagram.
Nice.
But it's the same on Instagram. If you don't use Facebook, you can just go to
Go
Instagram.
to Instagram, right.
If you have any questions, you can email the store.
Uh-huh.
It is yarnstoreabq@gmail.com.
Okay.
I am Chrissy M on Ravelry.
I'm Damaris on Ravelry, Damaras.
And we have a group for the store and a group for the podcast,
For the podcast.
right?
Yes,
Excellent.
we do.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that was that.
So that was that.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, we hope to see you around,
Yes.
and come on in and yarn around with us.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.